Okay. Hi, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. It's time for the weekly track roundup. My thoughts, my feelings, my beliefs, my core feelings on a bunch of songs, bunch of tracks that dropped over the last week or so. They are all linked down below, so you can check them out for yourself. And without any further ado, let's just get into it. Also, of course, we cannot forget a shout out to our Turntable Lab link. Supports the channel. While you support your music addiction, folks. Anything that you get over there, we get kickback from it. That's great. That's amazing. Shout out to Turntable Lab. Also, shout out to our Patreon page. Supports the channel as well, while you get some extra bonus monthly content in the process. You know how that works. We're about to do a classic album live stream very soon over there. Should be a good time. All right, worst tracks of the week. We have just a couple of those. They are as follows. Boom, this new MGK and Yuki Chiba track, JJK. I guess the title is in reference to Jujutsu Kaisen, which I haven't seen too many episodes of, a couple in the first season. It seems like a cool show. But anyway, MGK crossing over with one of the more successful rappers out of Japan now. And with this title, pretty much all he can seem to do. And mind you, this is like his first kind of like, it's been a minute since he's really been kind of like zeroing in on just doing rap tracks, given his whole kind of pop punk era. He's kind of returned to form a little bit here and there, but on this one, he's just kind of like listing every anime that would come up in a quick Google search. I don't know. It's kind of a cringe track that does not meet expectations, in my opinion. And we also have this new one from Cardi B, which is also very boring, in my opinion. Not a very fun or creative track from Cardi at all. Energy is low, production is generic. But a lot of songs on her latest record I found to be pretty underwhelming as well. So I don't know, maybe I shouldn't really be surprised here. The tracks I was on the fence with, they are as follows. Thought they were still worth shouting out, though. You might like them more than me. Here they are. Bam, new one from Tom Waits. A spoken word track called The Fly. Look, I do like some Tom Waits spoken word tracks. I just feel like this one happens to go a little too long and could have used some kind of instrumental backing, something. Some of his best spoken word cuts have some kind of manner of musical immersion to help along and intensify the words that he's delivering. I just don't know why he didn't go that route for this. We also have a new one from Slayyyter over here. Brand new Chanel's, seemingly continuing to drop these extra and victory lap tracks with the continued success of Worst Girl in America. She just had a huge Lollapalooza set that a lot of people have been kind of freaking out about, understandably. But this one as well just feels like kind of bland in comparison to the much more aggressive and energetic material off of that record. I mean, put it out. If the fans are loving it, it's fine. But, a lot of this stuff that she's been dropping in the wake of this album just feels kind of like extra. Just kind of feels like what was kind of left over, which, again, understandable. Drop more music to keep people engaged. And she's also doing a lot of touring and, doing a lot of performing right now. So I'm sure there isn't like a whole lot of time to sort of get back into the studio and write a whole bunch of new material anyway. But there you go. Brand new Chanel's. And we have Remi Wolf over here, who surprisingly, I'm not really crazy about this new single. While the vocals are really solid, the tune isn't quite there in my opinion, and I think taking things in more of an acoustic route as opposed to the super funky, eclectic, colorful, quirky instrumentation that defined the past two records makes this new track a little underwhelming to my ears. Twiggy is the name of the song. Maybe it'll grow on me in the context of a future record, but as is, I'm not really crazy about it as a teaser. Of course, as well, we have this new single from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard Alien Metal. I'm a little on the fence with it, I will admit. I'm kind of figuring it out still, and it did take me a minute to sort of figure out how I felt about Level 5, their last single too. Given how it's kind of going in that breakbeat direction. This track as well also kind of follows up on the promise of this being the band's electronic album, as it were, but it goes in to much more of like an acid techno and trance direction, which at first I will say the track has a kind of a shaky start, but then once the harder beats and bass lines come in the second half, it really kind of becomes a rager. The only thing from there that I think kind of throws the track off a little bit or becomes maybe a tad bit distracting are some of the heavy-handed vocoder vocals, which I feel like are being forced in there for the purpose of like, this needs to have a concept or tell a story when it really could have just been written to be catchy. You know, so on that front, it does feel like a little bit too heavy-handed for something to like really be in this style. But the production, like I think for the most part is like super accurate to the time, and even somehow, you know, relays a very again, I'll say the word accurate amount of like a 90s rave cheese. I'm liking, you know, that aspect to it. It really kind of feels like they, you know, studied quite a bit to make this. They understood the assignment and they pulled it off. And of course we have new CupcakKe as well. That's like, it's got some hilarious bars on it, especially at the opening. I just wish it was longer. Could have used a feature, could have used like a little bit more of an extended hook or something. It's just a little too brief, honestly. Like there was just so much more that could have been said and added to this track, and yet it, you know, sort of falls prey to just a bit too much brevity, in my opinion. We have also a new one from Krallice over here, which is lengthy, which is of course black metal flavored, but the pacing and progressions are a little bit tedious to my ears, honestly. The title of this one, Living Useless Ritual. And we also have a new one from Fortet, Human Voice. It's okay. It's some very chill, laid-back, heady house with some vocal samples. Doesn't really measure up much to a lot of the side project material that came out lately, but still love to see Fortet active, that is for sure. And the best tracks of the week, they are as follows. Let's get into it. We have a new one from Rapsody over here. This one is titled Apple Juice. It is a funky neo-soul cut that, despite this not being Rapsody's usual lane, turns out pretty great. In my opinion, it's actually a really good, funky, soulful track with a lot of great vocal passages. It's super blissful, super enveloping and enchanting. Liking this one a lot. This new record is sure to be a versatile one from Rapsody, and as far as singles go, she's 2 for 2. So there you go. We have Rachel Chinouriri over here. One Song Away from Crying is the title of her new single, and seems she's kind of teasing a bit of a dance-oriented pop direction, very smooth, very low-key, but catchy and enchanting all the same. Liking this single, too. It's a sweet and tasteful one. Open Mike Eagle Kenny Segal. Their new record is coming very soon. And this track over here, this teaser, has none other than Billy Woods in the mix as well. Swear I'm Colorblind is the title of this track. And if this and all of the other teasers have been any indicator, this is for sure going to be a very conceptual and heady, low-key album. We also have a Ninajirachi and Porter Robinson teaming up for this WannaCry crossover, this WannaCry single, and of course it is very blissful electropop with soaring lead melodies and kind of a buzzing mix and thumping kicks. It's very energetic. It's very positive, but it's got like an aggressive, visceral sound to it that, you know, kind of blends well with Nina's and Porter's kind of shared blissful aesthetics that cross over really well. It's, again, a really great team up, and I think makes total sense for both of them. Each of their respective audiences are going to go gaga for this one, that's for sure. We have a Julia Holter, who is hitting us with My Lost One, another teaser from this forthcoming album, and maybe of all the singles so far, the strangest and most odd and otherworldly. It doesn't even feel like formally a song like a lot of Julia's material does, but even the other material for this record we've heard so far. This track feels almost like an experimental exploration of texture. It's like wandering through, you know, a dreamlike forest and just kind of casually finding your way. You know, it's again, you're lost, but it's also very calming as well. It's a strange kind of surreal experience, a blissfully heavenly kind of surreal experience, I'll call this track. After this, we have this track from Skaggs, which I'm kind of late to a little bit, but I still am loving the heck out of this single. It's very interestingly produced country track. It's got these aspects of, I would say, a little bit of hip hop flavor between the James Brown sample and the kind of steady sequence drums. But then on top of that, you have some great fiddle playing, some great guitar picking, and this amazing kind of like, you know, baritone, calm, baritone, range vocal, the key of the rain. It's just really beautiful, I would say, inviting and calming performance, and a really catchy tune to boot. I've just found myself spinning it incessantly. Also, HMLTD switching things up on this new track over here with a cut and instrumental that goes in kind of a hard style direction, like some hardcore techno between the aggressive distorted kicks and the, you know, cranked up BPMs. And then it sort of breaks randomly into this very sad, low-key piano outro. It's quite the journey, but a thrilling one at that. And I would say a pretty respectable switch up, because I feel like they're able to kind of top this sort of hardcore electronic music with their usual post-punky vocal style, and yet it somehow still kind of works. I respect it. It's definitely doing something. It's I don't know if I would say it's a move in the right direction, but it's a move in an interesting direction for sure, an unlikely one, and it works more than you might expect. Next one that we have over here comes from Frontierer. They have a new album on the way. The first taste of it is Ultraviolet Parasite, and wow, this is a barn burner through and through. Completely insane, shrill, ear-piercing, and harsh guitar work, vocals, and drums. It kind of sounds like if you could take freaky, glitchy, shrieking guitars and apply them to songwriting and riffage that you might hear from a combination of like The Refused, but then also like Meshuggah as well, and maybe just like a dash of Dillinger Escape Plan as well. It's complete madness. It's a little mathy as well, I guess you could probably say. And yeah, kicks total ass. Liking this single quite a bit. Also really loving the new Fat Dog single. Shit Love is the name of this track, and it's very Devo. It's very electro-punk. It's very groovy. It's very intense. It's very fast, and very fun. The band has really been killing it on the single front as of late with some of their most animated and amped songs to date, really going for the throat with the dance beats. And finally, really enjoying this new 8485 track, Buzzbands. I mean, you know, I hate to say the phrase indie sleaze because it's so overused right now, but you know, the kind of a electro clash production that kind of throws it back to the blog era, along with the uffy type lead vocals that are very kind of like nonchalant and funny and tongue-in-cheek, like kind of make this one a banger to my ears. Like very throwback, very fun, very quirky, very entertaining. Looking forward to potentially hearing more in this lane, considering how good this track came out. And that is going to be it, everyone, for the weekly track roundup. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you got some good recommendations out of this video. Y'all are the best. Over here next to my head is another video you can check out. Hit that up, or a link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, weekly tracks forever.